I've been getting this question quite frequently, and basically in today's video, I'm going to go over whether you should give your Gogeta critical hits or additional attacks, and for that very reason, of course, I have my own Gogeta who has level 15 additional attack and level 6 critical hits, and then of course he has some of the other abilities, and then we have my friend Gogeta who is fully maxed in the ability system. I wanted to avoid this as much as possible, but it was the only one that I could obviously find, but this is actually a good... I feel like this is going to be a good test because it will show you guys that even though this Gogeta is fully maxed and he can get critical hits and hit extremely hard, additional attacks could still potentially be stronger. But of course, we are going to be testing out both of these units during this boss rush stage. So level 15 critical hits, level 6 additional attacks, and yeah, this is the team. So we have both of them in the starting turn. I'm going to keep my one on this rotation, and to make it fair, I should probably keep a Fierce Battle unit with my Gogeta and a Fierce Battle unit with another Gogeta, just to obviously make it fair, like I said before. But here we go. To start things off, we have my one, and he is obviously going to take this stage out in one hit because he has a type advantage, and this Goku does not have too much health. But as always, I hope you guys are having a great day, and if you do enjoy today's video, consider hitting that like button if you do enjoy. And if you are new, consider subscribing. But here we go. And if you guys want me to do another video like this for a different unit, let me know in the comment section as always. But here we go. Piccolo should be able to tank a few of these hits. There we go. Of course he can. Obviously, Vegeta isn't debuffing here because it only works against extreme types, which is a shame. But it's still a nice passive. Oh, got a crit. Okay, nothing there. Damn it. So, this turn we have my Gogeta and we have Super Saiyan Rage Trunks. He did not change any orbs, which is a shame. It's fine because our Gogeta is going to take him out. So, realistically, I need to get to a stage where this guy isn't just going to, take him out in one turn. So, I probably should have taken on some of the harder stages, which would have been the new boss rush stages. Do not think this through. You know what? It's fine because we are going to take on certain stages where there are multiple enemies, and obviously that's fine. Okay, you know what? Let's see if we can get a crit against this stage. So, Fierce Battle is active here. Here we go. Can we get a crit? How hard is a fully maxed Gogeta going to hit for when he is fully maxed in the ability system with critical hits? Yeah, anyway, let's go. Okay, he hit for 2 mil without a crit. Let's move on to the next stage. And this guy does have a bit of a defense. So, let's see what we can do against him. I low-key don't want my Gogeta to take my Gogeta to take him out in one shot. But if he does, it's fine. Okay, here we go. And I think he may survive with the tiniest amount of health. Okay, so 1.7 million with just that normal attack. Well, it's a super attack, but it wasn't a crit is what I'm trying to say. So we took that stage out. I'm still trying to get a crit with the friend Gogeta, of course, just to get a good evaluation of how hard he can obviously hit with a crit. And then in comparison to the additional attacks, will that hit harder with 2? Well, obviously 2 attacks would hit harder, but would it hit harder than a critical hit if it was a super attack and then a normal attack? Okay, so we have a friend. Let's go for this. And as long as we have 2 here, and we can get an additional attack next turn to my one, we're fine, because that's basically one of the things that I do want to test out is overall damage with 2 super attacks. So, can we get a crit? Like, he is consistently hitting for 2 million without a critical hit. So, I would imagine that a critical hit is going to be around 2.8 mil or something along those lines. Okay, if I could get an additional attack with my one, that would be extremely appreciated. You know what? I'm going to put my Gogeta in the middle because he does share a link with Piccolo. Wow, I just realised I could have put Super Saiyan Rage Trunks there instead. Well, I messed that up anyway. Here we go. Get the freaking additional. Okay, so this is the first super attack. Can we get the additional? So first super attack is going to hit for 2.3 mil. And we did not get the freaking additional. Come on. We need the ability system buffs to kick in. Okay, can we get a crit here? Can we get the freaking crit? Here we go. And when is this Goku getting a rebirth? But anyway, let's see if this guy can get a critical hit. So you can, like, his attack stat isn't that much higher than my one. So, okay, so to be honest, they are hitting for around the same amount. Okay, I'm trying to be as fair as possible, obviously. Okay, let's put him in the middle. Okay, let's just put him in. It doesn't really matter. He'd probably... Yeah, it's about the same. Okay. So, I'm going to see how much they hit for on the same stage. You know, to obviously be fair. Their attack stats are very similar as well. It's not that much of a difference, to be honest. So 1.6 million here. Let's see what he does on the next stage. And hopefully this one will actually be a critical hit. That's a super attack with Trunks. Doesn't really matter. And we are coming up on a Dokkan mode. I just want to... Like I said before, I always try to make these videos as fair as possible. I always try to... put them in the best possible scenarios to truly show them off and give you guys the best idea. Or the best... Yes, the best idea of which one is better. So his attack stat is 1.3 million. Okay, 1.35. And he hit for 2 million. Okay, he hit for 2 mil, and that is the same amount, or around... My one hits for around the same amount. But that's without any ability, like, ability system stuff kicking in. Ability system abilities. There we go. Let's go with this. Okay. Here we go. So, we should be able to take him out this turn, but I'm hoping that he can survive with a tiny amount of health, just so that I can get that additional attack off, but I doubt he's going to survive this realistically. So, the fully maxed out one, he basically has around 200,000 more attack depending on the setup. Obviously, it would be more fuels linked up with a Fierce Battle unit and Piccolo. Even so, it's still around the same amount. So 200k more attack with a fully maxed out Super Gogeta. And I'm going to skip the Dokkan mode here just in case we do get a critical hit. Just so, you know, we can get a good idea of how hard he hits for a crit, pardon me. And I believe we are taking on Goku Black in the next stage, which is perfect. So type disadvantage, perfect scenario to try out these guys. Okay. And... Okay, 2 million. So he is consistently hitting for 2 million, and my one hits for around 1.8 to 2 million as well, which is freaking great. So at the moment, they are hitting for around the same amount. Obviously, the fully max one is going to be hitting a bit harder, but at the moment, we haven't really seen too many ability system, you know, abilities kick in. Pardon me. So hopefully, we can actually start getting a few of them now. Let's start here. Let's get the additional. Like, I don't think I can get the additional, though, because he's going to take him out this turn. Okay. He's dead, isn't he? Huh. Interesting. So that was my one. And he got a crit for 2 mil. Interesting indeed. So this is where the test begins. You know what? This is perfect, because we have the Fierce Battle unit, and then we also have Gogeta. So this is his optimal setup, if I'm mistaken. We have the Super Saiyan Link active, Fierce Battle. We have the link from Piccolo, which I believe is Experienced Fighter. So let's see. Let's freaking see. And that's a crit, of course. And a double. Here we go. So 1.4 million is his attack stat. And how hard is he going to hit for? 1.4 million. He hits for 1.4 mil. Granted, in this specific setup, we do not have Piccolo, but I'm still going to gauge the difference between the two, of course. So, fully maxed ability system without critical hits, links up with a Fierce Battle unit and Piccolo 1.4 mil, and my one is going to hit for 800k, I reckon. Okay, 1.1 mil. So, very similar. The other one isn't hitting that much harder. But I do need to get a crit here, or just an ability. I just need to get an ability, and if I don't get an ability for a while, I will just skip to that point in the video to obviously show you guys what the abilities look like and how much of a difference it actually makes. Okay, hopefully we can get a crit here. Type disadvantage, but obviously he doesn't care about that. But we need that crit. Come on. And 1.4 million critical hit. Okay. Here we go. So we can get an idea of how hard my one would hit for if he gets 2 attacks. So I'm going to try to get that sorted out. Let's do this. Okay, thankfully Vegeta does debuff this guy, so we're gonna be fine. Here we go. Here we freaking go. I just need to test out how much damage he does with a normal attack that he gets from the ability system, if it's not a super attack, of course. So how hard is this going to hit for? 1 million. So with a critical hit, the fully maxed Gogeta hit for 1.4 mil, but without a critical hit, my one, who only has 2 dupes, hit for 1 million. So I think we are honestly getting a better understanding of which one is better. Honestly, so far, we haven't had, I honestly don't think we've had any, but at the moment, I do feel like additional attacks are way better. Granted, critical hits do give you that additional bit of damage, and the additional attack isn't always guaranteed to be a super attack, but overall it will still give you way more damage. And even though that normal attack doesn't hit the hardest, I honestly feel like it still has the potential to almost get to the same level as that critical hit. So okay, so 2 million right there. I'm going to be doing a bit more testing, and then I will obviously end it. Okay, here we go. So let's go with this. I really need to get the additional here, like I said before, just to get an understanding of, you know, how hard he hits for with a super attack, and then an additional that is a normal attack, or just, you know, if I can super attack. Okay, so that's 1.8 mil. Got the additional. Thank you. And that is going to be 2.1 million. So way more damage when the additional does go off. And I'm going to show you how hard he hits for when he gets that, what do you call it? When he gets that additional attack that is a normal attack. So I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. Personally, I prefer critical hits on the STR Gogeta. However, when it comes to this one, I am honestly preferring additional attacks. Granted, like I said before, the additional attacks aren't always guaranteed to be super attacks, but they do tend to do way more damage when it does go off. And even if it's just a normal attack, it can still potentially do more damage than a critical hit, because that additional attack, that normal additional attack, pardon me, could still hit for around 300 to 400k depending on the opponent. But obviously that does come down to the fact that he is effective against all types. Here we go. We are going to take out this stage, and then I am going to just give my overall thoughts on which one is better, even though I've pretty much said which one you guys should go for. Here we go. It's not to say that you shouldn't give your Gogeta crits, you definitely should, because when that does go off, it's freaking insane, especially when you have additional attacks. If you can get an additional attack, and it's a crit as well, that's obviously great. And Cell's probably going to die here, isn't he? Can we get the additional? Okay, no additional, so 1.8 million, and with an additional attack, he would be hitting for like 3.6, whereas with a crit, he would most likely be hitting, like, this is just an estimate, obviously, but maybe 2.4 million, somewhere along those lines. So overall, I do definitely feel like additional attacks is better for INT Super Gogeta. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts, as always. If you want me to try this out with different units, do let me know in the comment section yet again. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one.